I live in central Tel Aviv with my family, with my husband and 3 kids. We're in a neighborhood that is about 15 minutes from the Kiryat, which is Israel's version of the Pentagon. So we are right in the line of fire. We have had to go downstairs multiple times every single night to our building's underground bomb shelter. We're about 6 flights up, so me, my kids, my husband, we all run down as the Iranian ballistic missiles are headed really right towards us. I'm going to show you the way down to the shelter so you can get a sense of what it's like for some of us in Tel Aviv. I have 3 children, aged 7, 6, and 3, and so it can be very hard to walk down with all the kids. I usually hold my 3-year-old and my husband tries to take the boys. We go down these kind of narrow steps. There are usually lots of other people, our neighbors, that come and walk down the steps with us, so there can be a little bit of a traffic jam here, which can increase the anxiety when we're trying to get down in a minute and a half. Here we are now entering the stairs to go all the way down to the bomb shelter. The bomb shelter is pretty dirty. Cockroaches all over the place. So we don't sleep down here all the time, but because we will stay down for an hour at a time, we have our sleeping bags and some of my kids' blankets from upstairs so they would feel kind of familiar. We brought bean bags and we brought some toys. And the idea is to try to make kids feel just as comfortable as possible. One of the things that we've learned is to make sure we have lots of videos available. We don't want them kind of just like waiting and hearing the sounds of these loud booms, which can be really traumatic for them. Here we store some water bottles, some snacks, first aid kit, and I also have some toilet paper in there because the bathroom doesn't have any toilet paper. We've got a hole in the ground to use as a toilet. So these are quite basic. We don't have any Wi-Fi here in the shelter. It's a real dead zone, which is kind of not a great situation for figuring out what's going on outside. So sometimes what some people will do, I've done this before, is if you climb up this ladder, you can kind of stick your phone up into that shaft and sometimes you can get cell service. But the better thing that we've been doing is my husband and I bought this like old-fashioned transistor radio. We put the antenna like up here, and either my husband or one of my neighbors, they'll try to tune it so we can catch what the radio is telling us. And the radio will usually give us updates on like whether some of the missiles have actually fallen. We can kind of tell what's fallen based on how loud the sound is. So we've kind of become good at telling when a boom is the Iron Dome blowing up a missile in the sky, and when a boom is a fall. And when it's a fall, it's just a much deeper crash, obviously. And sort of gets into your bones, you can really feel it, and that's obviously much scarier for the kids. So my husband or one of our neighbors will play with the transistor radio until we get the all clear that it's safe to leave. And then we take the trip back upstairs. It's also very hot, there's no fresh air, so it's incredibly uncomfortable and hard to breathe. So we really avoid being down there for too long, or as long as we can.